leg 4 from Singapore to China. We will start sailing like this because it's 30 degrees, so we don't need anything else. When we start to sail to the north, we start putting this clothing. This is the first base layer that we put under my clothing. Then when we keep going till more or less 10-15 degrees, we start putting this clothing because it's very cold. After that, from 5-10 degrees, we put this clothing. It's more warm, even the hood, because the water starts to be very cold. It's 5 degrees, 10 degrees, which is very, very cold. And then when we are getting Qingdao, we put the final clothing, the best one, which are the dry gloves, the helmet, and then the jacket with the hood. Are for temperatures of almost 0 degrees in the water and -10 in the breeze, and the warm boots as well.
Alrighty, go. Well, I think we're expecting the worst, and hopefully it's better than that. And that's really as simply as we can put it. We're expecting the worst.
I think the next leg is probably going to be the worst leg of the race. We're expecting a lot of upwind work, so we'll be sailing into the wind and into high seas for probably nearly 2 weeks. And on top of that, it'll be getting close to zero, if not below zero temperatures as we get nearer to Qingdao. So these boats are designed primarily to go downwind and away from the wind. So this is going to be quite a shock for both the crew and the boat.
We've got to do 2,500 miles, so we're all pretty nervous about blowing up. As a bowman, I mean, it's going to be pretty shitty up there, but you're not up there forever. You might only spend 2 hours up there a day. I think for this leg it's going to be harder on the helmsman, having to face the wind the whole time, so they're just going to be getting wind burn and tired and wet probably more than anyone.
But especially I'm a bit worried about the Spanish guys. Some of them have never seen snow in their life, and they know we're going to get minus degrees and lots of snow. So I've shown them a lot of pictures and how it can be, and I've been sailing a couple of times where we had nasty conditions when you have ice on the deck, so I think they're mentally prepared, but it's just like always keep them confident and that they're doing a good job.
As I say, some of the teams have got their own doctors and they will automatically go back because they're used to working with that team. But we have a structure where they can email through to headquarters or phone if they have something that they want some sort of question responded to. That'll then come through to myself and I will either deal with it or through to a team of doctors. And it's also very important they look out for one another, because you can start to deteriorate and actually not realise it. If you think of the climbers, they have exactly the same thing. It's those people around them that will see the changes in their state and their ability to think, function, and also to move around the boat. When you're cold, these things, can all slow down. On each boat, you'll have at least 2 crew members we call trained medics, which means they've had to undertake some medical training, and there's a minimum standard of skills that they're expected to be able to do, which includes things like suturing, plastering. So that's the basic on each boat. And to support the medics, what we have a setup within Volvo. So in case of an emergency situation, they can actually just pick up the phone and they'll dial and go straight through to Derriford Hospital, which is in the UK. At that stage, they can immediately talk to a senior doctor on the shop floor in the accident and emergency department, and they will be able to talk through any incident and help them step by step with any particular emergency situation.
I've only just seen these today. This is one of the larger EPIRB beacons that you should carry with you in these, in case you go over the side. If I can get it out. But just you pop it out, you open up the aerial like that, and then make sure it's tight on your hand, you don't lose it, and push this red button, and then your position goes back to the Volvo base or somewhere in England. I'm not too sure. Haven't caught up with it yet. But and then they can pass your position to the boat